Lyme Regis is a place on a sunny day like this that looks just idyllic, but that tends to mask the fact that there are some quite deep-rooted social problems here, the problems you'd associate with a rurally isolated community. And so Lyme Regis Development Trust came into being to enable local people both to identify what those issues were, but to also actively participate in putting solutions in place. Lyme Regis is a small town, population of about 3,700, about 6,000 people if you consider the rural hinterland. It's got a demographic imbalance, so 42% of the population here are over 65. There's a huge displacement of young people. There's a lack of worthwhile employment opportunities, year-round employment opportunities here. People in full-time employment are on 17% beneath the national average, their wages. House prices here are 40% above the national average. So it's a town that's, there are relative affluence sitting alongside relative poverty. Yeah, there is a sort of contradictions and contrasts in the town, and Lyme Regis Development Trust, I guess, is here to even things out. Lyme Regis Development Trust has taken out small loans to enable us, for instance, to buy this building, and we're looking at ways in which we can reinvest back into our projects. So one of the things that we're planning to do is to build an extension to this building and possibly co-locate the library here. There are lots of synergies between a library and a learning centre, and it would seem to make sense for the two to be co-located.
Well, this is my studio. I'm a Lyme Regis artist and I've been here a long time. I bought this studio about 18 months ago and now work in it most days. I mean, firstly, I wouldn't be in this studio if it hadn't been that Marcus Dixon and the Development Trust had actually had a couple of other units in this block which they were renting out. It's interesting how so many different areas of my life in Lyme Regis can be traced back to having a connection with the Lyme Regis Development Trust. I mean, for instance, LymeNet, which is next door, which is a computer setup for people to come and use their computers there, and also Double Design, which is has developed from LymeNet. I use them for, they organise my website, I go in there and I work with the people in there, and kids come in after school and they're working on the computers. It's a terrific setup, LymeNet. Now that again wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for Lyme Regis Development Trust.
It demonstrates to young people that learning isn't just something that's done to them, but is of interest to everybody. So I mean, I think it really, in many ways, embodies what the Development Trust is all about.
They are our umbrella organisation, so we're a wholly owned subsidiary of the Trust. They provide a lot of support for us on a number of different levels, emotionally, financially, a number of different ways. And it's one of the key benefits actually is being part of a kind of big partnership organisation. So they have so many links with other community groups and local area partnerships and things. It means that we're able to access a whole new range and diverse range of clients and things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to do otherwise. We constantly have to conjure up projects that we can provide to the local area, obviously to meet local need, but effectively there isn't enough funding for the type of provision that we provide to keep going, so it's a constant challenge. There is nothing on the scale that we offer for about 30-mile radius, so unless you're able to travel that far, which a lot of people can't because public transport is very limited here. Some people can't drive, some people don't have the confidence to go that far and get that training, so we provide kind of quite crucial services to people that need it the most.
For me, it has benefited me in as much as it's given me confidence to still look in the job market despite my age. The fact that it's reinforced the fact that I'm still able to learn, and so it's been a big confidence booster to me, basically.
We have a very attractive seafront and some of the cultural amenities are in this area, but we also have an historic town mill which is located a little way up the river, and being able to access the one from the other is a bit of a problem. So the Development Trust did the project whereby we've got now a town mill path that goes from the river, avoids the main traffic area, and means that you can go from this part to the mill, and it took quite a lot of doing to get that funding and to get the bridge built and the steps.
Lyme Regis has this rather traditional tourism season, and we've been working to extend that. So we were involved initially in setting up the Arts Festival, which now runs in the autumn and is now a standalone project in its own right. Looking to extend the season into the spring, we developed the Fossil Festival, and so it's run on the first May bank holiday of the year. It turns what otherwise might be a bit of a damp squib of a weekend into a really good weekend for the local businesses, fills up all of the bed and breakfasts.
Basically, Lyme Regis is a big outdoor learning classroom and all about the outdoors, and because of our position on England's only natural World Heritage Site, we're making the most of that position. We're right in the middle of the whole site, and we want to bring people of all ages in to learn about their natural environment, to understand it better, to be better custodians of the environment, and really just to love it as much as we do. The fossils are constantly falling out of the cliffs, and if they aren't collected, they're just lost forever. So by bringing people and making them avid collectors, we're actually adding to our knowledge about science. There's a great relationship between local collectors, the Charmouth Heritage Centre. There's a registration system, so when you find something important, we can know about it, people who want to study it will know about it, and we can put all the pieces of these dinosaurs together. The Trust basically got the festival off the ground. There was an idea with the Jurassic Coast team, the Natural History Museum, who I think the idea may have been concocted up over a drink in the pub down on the beach, but the Trust has actually been behind making it all happen. So we do the sort of backroom organisation, the marketing, bring all the partners together, and get a lot of local. I mean, we couldn't do it without the many volunteers in Lyme Regis who come and participate in the festival, keep it all going. So the Trust has basically been the mover and shaker behind the festival, and we bring these great people who donate massive amounts of their time and expertise to the people all along the coast.
I just think it's a great cause. I think they, in the St Michael's Business Centre, the fact that they've got all the computing courses, they're always trying to improve, always trying to, look at the needs of the local person on the street that doesn't live in a big hotel or isn't in the tourist industry. What else do they do? What do they do in a small town like Lyme to be able to get a career off and running? It's a difficult thing to do. So I think the more businesses that promote this sort of thing and are enabled to find the skills locally that they need, then that's great, because then we won't turn into a ghost town in the winter with just holiday homes, and there'll be a thriving community. People will be able to grow up, leave school, find a job in their own town, stay here, and almost be a self-sufficient town. We won't have to bring in too much labour from outside, hopefully, and I'm more than happy to get involved with them in any way we can, really.
Lyme Regis Development Trust fulfills a number of roles, one of which is facilitating or managing the community consultation and planning process. So with the local authorities and with money from the Regional Development Agency, we've put together a plan, a comprehensive collaborative plan, agreed with as many people as we possibly can, that identifies how things can be improved in the here and now, but also what infrastructure and services need to be put in place to provide a prosperous and vibrant community in the future. So that's very much what drives what we're doing. It doesn't have a leisure centre, and it's hard for people to access sports opportunities, and yet here we are by the sea. And so a number of years ago, we were aware that gig rowing Cornish pilot gigs, was the fastest growing sport in the southwest. After a bit of experimentation, we decided to set up a club that would give people, again, of all ages and backgrounds, the opportunity to take up rowing as a way of keeping fit, having fun, but also competing in events that happen all around the region. We've got 3 boats in the club now. We can have over 100 people rowing every day to keep fit. I think the future for Lyme Regis is very exciting. I think that that we can make the town, as far as is possible, future-proof. I think that we can ensure that it continues to be a place where people of all ages and backgrounds can live. I think it's all there within our grasp. It's just a matter of really getting on and doing it.